After 38 years of marriage I was too old. Got exchanged for younger sexier version of me.
My husband Jeff and I used the same computer. One morning I got up, turned it on, minimized a bunch of his windows, and discovered a message to a friend with a photo of a girl. Jeff had written to his friend this was his sexy Argentina girlfriend and he was going to be on the first possible plane down to see her. I was knocked flat, like a hammer to my chest. I didn't know what was going on. I truly believed Jeff would have been the last possible man to do this. So I snooped and discovered that they had been sexting for a long time. It wasn't until weeks later that I figured out it was 2 years. The sex stuff was disturbing, but what broke my heart were all the I love you, I dream about you at night, and I'll be down to Argentina as soon as the borders are open. For quite a while I was in shock. Not knowing what to say or do. Just not able to grasp what was happening. One night I was reading in real time what Jeff was writing to her downstairs. I want to taste your garden. I snapped, got out of bed, and confronted Jeff while he was sexting her, telling him that if he was in love with another woman, he had to leave immediately. He looked panicked, claimed it was meaningless. A video game. That COVID has taken away everything I loved first. Huh? Later I discovered the sexting had been going on for 2 years. So much for COVID made me do it. That he had no intention of leaving me. And that he was never going to Argentina. A few days later he confessed that he was planning to go when their borders opened. Had I never seen that message to his friend, never known about the affair, I would have booked his ticket, helped him pack, kissed him goodbye, and said have fun honey. It was some girl who had shown up at one of his friend Richie Ramone's concerts. Jeff has traveled with him a lot, helping out with the tour. She had taken a photo of her and Jeff, which is her Facebook profile pic. They exchanged contact info. And then started chatting and then sexting and then decided they were in love, although the night I caught him he claimed he loved me. That when he wrote I love you to her, it was just typing. He said the reason he had this affair was because I am a cold fish, true unaffectionate. True. Didn't initiated sex unless drunk. But I have never once said not tonight honey to him. And did not love him in the way he wanted to be loved. Which maybe I should have been aware of, except I thought he was as certain of my love for him as I was of his. After I confronted him, I cried. We wrangled. I wanted so much to be convinced that it was just some weird porn. That other couples had gone through this and come out okay and we could too. This went on for 2 days. I really thought Jeff would say I'm so sorry I hurt you. I've broken it off. You are the most important person in the world to me. I waited to hear those words. They never came. Why didn't I ask him to break it off in front of me when he was still claiming it was meaningless? A video game? There was another confrontation and more tears when I saw that she was still sexting Jeff. Saying I love you, where are you? That night I asked him to stop and he said he wasn't going to. Not until he knew our marriage would work. He claimed I was making demands on him. I said our marriage can't possibly be fixed while you're still involved with this woman. If you don't stop, you have to leave. Again. I was so desperate I relented. It was so crazy that he thought this was okay. I couldn't think straight. Still can't. More wrangling. More texts from her. More heartbreak. The next night I finally lose it and type go away to her when she comes on Instagram. I didn't even know Jeff had an Instagram account until I started snooping. Cause until I saw the message to his friend I was never a snooper or a jealous person. Jeff was furious that I had typed to her and claimed he had broken it off with her hours before but hadn't told me. I said I can see all your Instagram posts. There was nothing about it's over. Jeff said I sent her an email, can I see it? No, I deleted it. I no longer believe this. More wrangling. More of me weeping and begging. Jeff says he doesn't know what to do. Not sure our marriage will work. Not sure if I can be the warm, affectionate person he wants. Says we need to take a step back. I can't take a step back cause my brain won't stop going over and over the things I read and saw and trying to think and hope about what we can do and say to fix this thing, and all I wanted was to work this out so we could stay married. He kept saying he needed to be alone to think. And in my own insanity I thought I had to give him what he said he needed. Although my gut was telling me to insist on staying here with him and finding a resolution together. Which, yes, did include the possibility that we might break up, but at least I would have felt that we had both really tried. I didn't want to move in with any of my pals. Didn't want to let them know what had happened. And I didn't want to go stay alone in a hotel. I ended up flying back to the States. 1,000 later I was on a plane to Chicago. Which was on total lockdown, couldn't even get a cup of coffee, and then on a train to Indiana. A state with no mask mandate, to stay with a friend there for 5 days. Insanely risky for me, but I was desperate. Jeff said he would use the week I was gone to sort out his own mind. I get back home after a horrendous, exhausting trip. A passenger in my row kept taking off his mask. My flight was almost diverted to another airport because of poor visibility after 2 aborted landing attempts. And a 6-hour van ride. Traveling from 4 a.m. to 9 at night. I am barely keeping it together by the time it was over and found Jeff on the porch drinking and smoking. He did make me some chicken. I've had zero appetite since this started and I cry, what did you decide? I want to be with you. And the whoosh of relief and happiness I felt must be what a shot of heroin is like. I went to bed relieved and relaxed for the first time in weeks and woke up to an agitated Jeff who is not sure he's made the right decision. More wrangling. More sobbing. More begging, and we get to. We are both committed to the process of rebuilding our marriage. I was actually looking forward to this. After 40 years. I thought it would be exciting to try something new. To talk more. For me to show Jeff how much I love him in a way he would appreciate, although I do think I would have fallen down on the ego boosting the group he is so good at. I never got the chance at the marriage rebuild. Never got the chance to show Jeff I could change and change sincerely. Because the day after I got back he told me of this drama his family in Florida is going through. And I say you have to go there. I book his ticket on my own Amex card. Insist he take the phone and the computer and my new expensive backpack. Pack him a lunch for the van ride. And he kisses me goodbye and says see you in a few weeks. I'm not happy. I was looking forward to creating a new stage in our marriage. Something different. But I'm hopeful that we can work it out when he gets back. So I'm okay. Blood pressure not great but not trying to kill me. I thought I was the picture of health but I was diagnosed with high blood pressure last January. Thanks Mom. 2 days later Jeff calls to tell me he doesn't know if he wants to be married to me. I ask if he's sexting her again and he says yes. He says he has always put me first, a claim that has me and my grown kids and everyone who knows us baffled. Everyone thought he was so lucky the way I spoiled him and that he is choosing himself now. Putting himself first. I said, have I ever asked you for anything before? He said no. You haven't. I asked him again to please stop sexting her. That was the only way our marriage had a chance. He refused. I hang up. Write him some pitiful, pleading texts. Have an ugly crying fit. And take my blood pressure. It is over 200. Twice more that we could hit 200. I really humiliated myself. Begging that's attractive. Trying to reconcile the man I'm married with this person who doesn't see any issue with us talking about how to fix our marriage while he is sexting the groupie every day. It took a week for me to say to myself, if Jeff says he doesn't know if he wants to be married to me, that means he doesn't want to be married to me. You don't tell a person you love I don't know if I love you. I couldn't do this anymore. How can I care about a person who hurt me so badly? I had to accept my almost 40-year marriage is finished and try to find a way to be okay with that, cause otherwise the stress will literally kill me. So I'm starting over. Or trying to. At 67. Left wondering what the fuck happened. Any clarity would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching.